1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Good afternoon, Night Nation, lords and ladies of the castle. You're listening and watching Inside the Lair with Kirby and Blair, episode 5, season 2. I'm Blair, he's Kirby. Lots to talk about. It's been a couple weeks since we had a show. We've had schedule conflicts, weather conflicts, and speaking of weather, some of our teams have had games rescheduled. So a lot to talk about. Let's get going with girls basketball. They're 7-6 on the year, and they got 2017 didn't start too good. 3 straight losses in Nurhag, Goodhue, and Casson Manorville, all at home. And then they were ready to get off the schneid and had a game against Triton canceled, postponed. They're going to make that up on the 31st of January. That'll be at Triton. That was part of the first kind of snow day. We had an early release on that day. And then finally hosted Blooming Prairie and got a nice win, a 40-point win, 76-36. To the awesome, not so awesome Blossoms, and got back in that winning front. And then they went down to Hayfield for the Hayfield Invite and played a really good team from up north, Mountain Iron Buell. They're near Virginia, Minnesota.
The Rangers, and they lost that one, close one, 58-51. So this team around the 500 mark, not probably where they want it to be, but they're continuing to progress.
Played 3 straight ranked teams in Mountain Iron Buell, Goodhue, and Casson Manorville. Goodhue and Casson Manorville, they held leads at half, and then they slipped away and lost close games to those 3 ranked teams. And as they move forward, they got to start figuring out, in the second half, why do we keep losing leads?
Right.
And what can we do to hold the lead and pull these wins out? That's 3 good teams that we're neck and neck with, and I think they should be pretty fired up and ready to get after it. And they're going to sneak some of these out here. And Coach Lurkin, he's got a good thing going. They just need to win the close battles. Yep. Turnovers. I was at a few of those games, Goodhue and Casson Manorville. They turned it over in bad stretches, and but they also played well for 3-4 minutes at a time.
Yep. They can get back on the winning front. Friday night, they're going to host Pine Island. Pine Island will be here. And then we're supposed to have a game last night against Byron. That is rescheduled, and that will be February 9th, and it will be a week for them, 4 games in 5 days. So it's going to be a tough stretch as you get to the crunch time of the season, Coach.
4 games in 5 days if you're a player, that's what you want.
Exactly.
I know you don't get
Now
much rest. You don't get much rest. You don't get much practice. But at the same time, it's February. Let's play.
Yep.
Let's play.
Let's switch to boys basketball. Boys continue to struggle at 0-11. But they lost a respectable game at Goodhue about
Second
a week and a half
ranked
ago.
Goodhue. Second
yep,
ranked.
60-41. They always seem to play good. We always seem to play good at Goodhue. Held them to a 19-point win. Not bad. We're supposed to play Triton, I think, in a winnable game, but we had that early release. That game is rescheduled to January 26th. And then yesterday they were going to have a game here against Byron, and that got rescheduled to February 13th, again clogging up that week for them. But their last game was on January 13th, a week ago Friday. Lost to Blooming Prairie down there, 80-64. A team they had already lost to this year by 9 points. And the story was that the reffing wasn't too good, and they just couldn't stop some of those 3-point shooters from Blooming Prairie.
Say what you want about the refs, okay? Giving up 80 points, we ain't going to win many games.
No.
And, we're limited.
Right.
Depth is a serious question. But at the same time, we scored 64 points. You would think that's enough to win. However, BP, 12 3-pointers they made.
They'll kill you.
That was difference in the game.
Absolutely.
Difference in the game. 12 3-pointers made. They put it in from long distance. We probably didn't.
Friday night, they'll travel to Pine Island. There'll be a a tough matchup. I think they've got a pretty good roster returning from Pine Island.
Finstoon, tough.
Brock
kid.
Finstoon
Brock
is a great
Finstoon.
player, and it's going to be tough. But I think this nice team is close. Wish them the very best as they hit that halfway point of the season now and get ready. Those games just keep coming. So let's switch things over to the mat and our Knights wrestling team, the defending state champions, starting to kind of find their legs a little bit. They're 14-4 now. They had some nice wins over Maple River and New Richland at a New Richland Triangular. And then they kind of had a little bit of time off, and then they took on a bunch of teams up at the Bemidji Invite last weekend. Temperatures, I believe, were minus 25.
They were down.
The morning, they were definitely down. The morning of the tournament, Friday and Saturday, they played at an ice arena in Bemidji, the Ingolstadt Arena there, where they had the mats covering up of the ice. It was a great setup, and our Knights team finished third in a really good competition. So Tyler Ryan gets his 100th win as a Knight.
Yep.
I think a good weekend for the KW Knights.
Congratulations to Tyler. The kid works hard. The kid's got the dog in him, man.
Yep,
And
absolutely.
to be a top high school athlete, you got to have some dog in you. I was talking to Coach Ryan. Got third, okay? The temperatures were down. Our wrestling was not. And we were out one of our starters, Kyle Lindell. I don't know what he was doing, but he wasn't there. And we took on some tough teams. Supposedly, Frazee's ranked number 1. We went neck and neck with them, lost by 3. We won 7 matches. They won 7 matches. Came down to heavyweight. Unfortunately, we couldn't get it done. Learning point, though, Coach says, last year we were kind of the team to beat, that he felt the team that it was theirs to lose. I'm talking the state championship here.
Right.
And he feels after this weekend very confident, and he wants his team to be confident that, hey, we could make another run at it.
Absolutely.
And we're going neck and neck with the top dogs in 1A, and he feels like he's one of the handful of teams. His team is one of the handful of teams that could, if they get hot, they could be there.
A little more than a month left in the season, so it's going to be crunch time for these Knights.
They've got so much flexibility.
They
They
do.
got wrestlers.
Yep.
They got wrestlers just sitting on the bench that are waiting to. They're chomping
Waiting
at the
for
bit to
their
get
time.
in.
Yep.
Waiting to get in, and it's they've got an embarrassment of riches. Embarrassment of riches, right?
That's a great line. It's a great line. Next up, Casson Manorville on the 26th at Stewartville.
Oh, you said Casson?
Yeah,
Casson Manorville?
yeah,
Remember last year?
I do.
I think it came down to the last match,
I
didn't
think
it?
it did.
Came down to the last match. You know what? This team is tough.
Yep.
Brady Berge going to Penn State to wrestle, but they've got more than just Brady Berge. It's going to be a tough match. Again, a match that will
Good
toughen
measuring
us up.
stick. Yep.
Toughen us up. Let's play the best.
It's an embarrassment of riches versus an embarrassment of riches. So
Where'd you say that was at Stewartville?
that's at Stewartville, 5 p.m. That'll do it for night sports, but we'd be remiss if we didn't talk about we're down to the Final Four in the NFL.
Final
We got
Four.
the NFC Championship, the AFC Championship. Kirby, first of all, NFC, I'll get your pick, then I'll get my pick, and then we'll switch to AFC. Your thoughts on the NFC Championship game?
NFC, boy, I really wanted the Packers to get beat by the Cowboys. Unfortunately, they got Aaron Rodgers, who's the wizard. He's awesome. I got to give him that. But you know what? The home team. It's going to be the home team this week.
Last game in the Georgia Dome.
Great point. Matt Ryan, MVP in my eyes this year. Falcons, they always start hot. They continue to be hot. I think the home team wins this 31-24.
I will never pick the Packers to win anything. So, Falcons win. Dirty Birds.
Dirty Birds.
Dirty Birds. And you can't pick a team, you can't pick against a team quarterbacked by a guy named Matt Ryan when you work at KW.
I thought he did both.
Falcons, 41.
41.
Packers, 33.
Oh, 8-point game.
8-point game.
You know what the
8-point
over-under
game.
is, right? I think it's 60. Kind of low.
I'll take it till it runs out of paper.
That's right.
AFC. AFC. Can anyone go into New England and beat the Patriots? Pittsburgh gets their chance this week. The Steel Curtain. They are now known more for their offense. Kirby, your thoughts on that one?
Nobody goes into Pittsburgh to New England and beats the Patriots, especially in the postseason. Okay, they got Captain Cool, Tom Brady. They've got
I thought you were Captain Cool.
Number 2.
Okay.
Bill Belichick, the best coach I think in NFL history, in my opinion. But you know what else they got? Pittsburgh is distracted. Antonio Brown is using Facebook Live in the locker room. Pittsburgh, they've faced them twice. They've gotten beat both times in the playoffs. It's going to be New England by 10.
All right. I will never pick for the Patriots. But this is special to me. My beautiful bride, Shauna, and I, on the 29th of January, are celebrating 11 years. 11 years is steel. You're supposed to give your wife, or she's supposed to give her husband, steel as a gift. That's
you don't say.
I don't say. This is where I'm going with. All I want for my anniversary is a Steelers win. Steelers win this one 34. 31. Steelers, Dirty Birds in the Super Bowl.
I think it's going to be Pat's Falcons.
Put it on the board.
Pat's 5 push-ups?
Sure. We'll see it. We'll see it. We'll have the Super Bowl pick in 2 weeks. That'll do it for our show.
That'll do it.
We need the Bible week to study. That'll do it for our show. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great week, KW. We love you.
Go Knights, baby.